started to. I want to show me how to do my work. See, my daughter wants to show me how to do my streaming work. Yeah. So let's see what we can do. I've been having serious internet issues lately, and I cannot afford to buy a Starlink. So I just have to make do with the local networks for now. Alright, so let's see what we can do. Let me do this guy. I missed so many lives. I traveled out. Time zones made it impossible to catch up. Man, Deji, it's okay, man. It's okay. I noticed you're not attending anymore, but it's all good, man. How was your trip? I don't think you've missed much because the last couple of lives have been very, very, very bad in terms of network connection. So yeah, you haven't missed much. I hope you had a good trip. You know, DJ, I'm curious to ask, are you on the Animation Nigeria group? I'm just curious to ask because there's a DJ on that group that has been commenting lately, and I was wondering if it's the same person, if you're the same person. Yeah. I'm just asking out of curiosity. NC family, UK, nice. I hope your family is good. So something funny happened to me lately. I thought I should share. So I've been working on my storyboard for my short film, and I spent over 2 months working on that thing, and I've not been consistently drawing. So like when I say drawing, I mean I've not been consistently studying like figure drawings and stuff. I usually do figure drawing studies every day. Oh, okay, it's not you. You're on the group, but it's not you. Okay. Oh, you're friends with the guy. Oh, so there's another DJ on that group. Okay. Nice. Yeah, I was wondering if you're on the group because I thought you were the same person. That's all good. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, man. So, bro, I've not been drawing like I've been doing stuff. And you know the funny thing is, I was doing storyboard thinking that as long as I'm showing up with storyboard, because you have to still draw to storyboard, right? So, don't scratch, don't write on the table. So I thought that since I'm showing up to do storyboard, I'm drawing with storyboards anyway, so I just assumed, that it's all good. Man, I was so wrong, because after weeks of inconsistency, I think I probably, last time I probably drew like figure drawing studies. Yo, my daughter is drawing by the side, and her drawings are really cool. I don't know if you can see this. See, her drawings are so good. And she's just 4 years old. Nice. Segula, hold on. You want to go downstairs? Go and take a walk. You want to take a walk? Okay, yeah, so I just assumed that since I was storyboarding, if you want to draw at the back. Draw at the back. Like this. So I just assumed that since I was drawing anyway with storyboarding, I could get away with not practicing. It's really showed up, like, in the quality of my line. So I had to go back, and I've been on it for this entire week. I finished storyboarding last week, so I've been on this thing for a whole week now, trying to get my stuff back. Yeah, Dunku 2.0. Yeah, she's just 4 years old, and she's catching up real fast. She can actually, I look at her drawings, and I'm drawing inspiration from it as well. I like how she simplifies the forms and everything, so I'm learning from her. Yeah, so man, my lines have been really rusty, and when your lines are rusty like that, for me, let me not speak for everybody, but that imposter syndrome starts to come in again, starts to creep in, like, should I post this stuff online? Should I, am I sure that I can do any artwork that looks good to post online? Because, I just get into my head, So I've just been in my head this period, thinking too much about the whole thing. But yeah, anyway, so me showing up online is to fight that spirit. So if my drawings are looking bad, please don't judge me. I already hate this drawing. I don't like this drawing. My internet has started again. Internet. This internet. Yeah. Even me, as I came back, I was so rusty, had to reopen an anatomy course, London fish and chips for my brain. Yeah, I understand that, man. It happened to me also in 2024. In 2024, I traveled to Annecy for the Annecy Festival in France, and and by the time I came back, it was just a trip of 2 weeks, and I was so rusty. This internet is so bad, man. Be careful. Yeah, so I came back from Annecy in 2024, and I had this problem. It took me about 2 weeks to recover from the whole thing. So the Annecy trip was like a little over a week, and it took me like 2 weeks to recover. So yeah, it's very, very strange. It's only artists that can understand this thing. I doubt if any other person in the world would understand artists, because it's very, very strange. Man, my internet is so bad. Deji, if you can recommend, I would really appreciate if you can recommend a very good internet provider for streams, because man, MTN has dealt with me. MTN is really dealing with me right now, and I cannot afford Starlinks because it's just too expensive for streaming. It's so annoying. Yeah, I think I need to try that Airtel. I'm not joining, okay. Yeah, bye bye. See you later. Yeah, I think I need to get that Airtel because I'm saying it's so bad. And funny enough, I actually have fiber one, but all of them. I'll get. Even the way the speaker sounds, it's messing up with everything. What's going on? Yeah, I'll just keep drawing. Yeah, I'll just keep drawing, man. God bless you. Wow. Yo, thanks. Beauty Bree Beer, thank you. So I want to play with this one a little bit more. Let's have some more fun with this guy. I'm gonna push this head. Me and a good friend of mine, Ali Akdogan, has been studying your work. You said it's like the African equivalent of anime. Oh wow. Thank you so much, Deji. So almost like the beginning of arcane arts. Interesting. Yeah, I think I see what you mean. Yeah, beauty, breed, beer. I see what you mean. Deji, man, I don't know about being the anime of Africa, man. I'm just trying to do something. I'm just pushing myself to get really good at expressing African characters. So I'm not feeling this. Nah, this is yeah, the same sort of shading and deep areas. Yeah, I get what you mean about the shading. Yeah, kind of looks like arcane. Yeah. Just trying to have fun with this thing and find meaningful shapes. Practice makes perfect. Yes. And caricature arts is great business. Thank you. Yeah, practice makes perfect. I agree. I would add to that and say that intentional practice makes perfect. You know, I think just practice sometimes can practice something and you get into autopilot. And once you enter autopilot, it's hard to create anything new, to experiment. So yeah, I agree. I hate this one. This one looks worse than the previous. I don't know. I need to exaggerate more. What tablet are you using? I'm using a Cintiq, the 16 Cintiq, the old one, 16. you could for sure draw people if they ask. Yeah, I mean, I started out with drawing people, like doing portraits. So yeah, that's something I used to do. I'm going to give this thing another shot. I don't like what it looks like. Exactly, because you can be doing the wrong thing for years if you're not intentional. Yes, exactly. I've seen some artists, like there's some artists that, you know, they got into this space before me, and I look at their work and today, and it still looks the same, you know. So there's something that they're not doing, and this is not, you know, I'm not trying to make myself be the like standard or anything, no. But yeah, I've seen a lot of people, they just plateau and they're nothing new, like they're not doing anything new. So this character is this subject is very interesting. I feel like I've not done justice to it. That's what I'm trying to do. The problem I have with my art is I don't have a style yet. Everything is different. Mixed media, walls, paints, digital, clay, and plastics, etc. I'm not sure I understand what you're saying. Everything is like, I don't have a style yet. Everything is different. Man, see, beauty, beer. I don't know if I'm the best person to talk about this thing or if you've heard it before, but to be honest, like I don't rate style. I don't rate stylization. I've said it before on my channel many times that stylization can be a crutch. So there are many artists out there. I come from a different school of thought as an artist. My school of thought is different. I don't believe in style because I think that style is, so let's think about it this way, because I'm a filmmaker, right? I'm an animation, I'm a director in animation. So I'm telling a story and I put the style at the forefront. To me, I feel like when you put a style in front of, like, if you're known for a style, it can be, yes, it's a good identifier. Like people can get to know, okay, I can identify this person's work from the other person's work. But the problem I have with that is that you're placing more premium on your identity over the story. So me, I'm more in the line of story first. Story should determine style over style. Like I don't want to tell stories in different genres and then I have the same style across board. Like I feel like if I'm telling a horror story, for example, I shouldn't be thinking of the shape language for a horror story, for example, shouldn't be the same necessarily. It shouldn't necessarily be the same as a story told in an action genre or fantasy genre or sci-fi genre. Like I think that if you put style in front, you place a premium on style, it can what's the word I'm looking for? It can take people away from the story and it puts the artist in front of the story. You know, everybody's looking at appreciating your work just because of the artist rather than the story, the message. So I don't know. This is my own school of. This is where I come. This is my own school of thought. I believe that the message we are. I believe that artists are conduits, and we carry a message, and the message should be placed at the forefront. More priority should be on the message than the style. That's just my own thoughts. Whether I like it or not, you're the standard for African. DG, please. Story determines everything. Yes. I don't think I'm the style for Africa. I don't think I'm the standard. I've seen a lot of really good artists. There's a guy, Mogao. I don't know if that's the way to pronounce his name. Mogao, Mogau. Mughal has really good stuff. Like his style is really good. Let me see. Which other artists can I say? In terms of character design, yes. This guy, what's his name, from Ghana? I forget his name. You're quick. Yeah. Your quick is really good. Like your quick stuff is really cool. So I don't think I understand that. There are many really good artists. If you watch Kizazumoto, I don't know if you've seen Kizazumoto, Disney's Kizazumoto. If you watch that anthology series, you see a lot of styles, like variant styles. So I don't think that stylization in Africa is a monolith. I think there are different ways to express African characters. You're right, though. I think it's fine to have an art style that's different. Sometimes it's more refreshing. Yeah, I mean, I'm not opposed to stylization. I just feel like my own school of thought, beauty breed. My school of thought is make sure that it doesn't, like, make sure your story comes across. That's just mine. If you can do it with a style, you can pass your message across in any style. Yeah, that works for me too. But I don't place a premium on style. I just feel like I just express myself. I don't care how it comes out. Yes, over time, there are tendencies that my brush strokes would follow a certain pattern. Like you could see the patterns, but I don't think about style, to be honest. Do you have an Instagram? Yes, I have an Instagram. My Instagram is let me drop my Instagram. The same name, like that's my Instagram. I see it. Hi there, do you use layer modes when painting? I love your work. Come from Instagram. Oh wow, thank you, Oziani. Thank you, Oziani. You came from Instagram. Yeah, Deji, you're a big fan of Mughal. Yes, Mughal is really good. So Oziani 8047. I don't use layer modes when painting. I just paint straight up. So I wish I can do a painting for you to see. You know what? I'm going to do a painting for you to see. So let me just find one reference and paint that for you. Okay, so I'm going to do one for you to see. Yes, express how you feel. You followed. Oh, thank you so much. So let me just do a very quick demo, like painting demo. If you are patient enough for me to do it, I think I'll do this and I'll jump off. So I'm going to do a painting demo. There's a level of confidence with your work that I haven't seen elsewhere. Every character looks completely different from the last. You lean into African features. Yes, I try my best, bro. I try to look at each subject uniquely for its own uniqueness, and I lean into that uniqueness. I don't try to use. There's no predefined stylization principles that I'm using. Like I don't draw eyes in one shape, or nose in one shape, or mouth in one shape. I'm looking at each subject and trying to find the eccentric qualities of that subject, and that's what I try to do in my work as well, like studio work, all kinds of work I do, to make sure that everybody's different, every character is different. So I'm going to do a demo of this one, a painting demo. So for Oziani. So just hang in there. Let me finish this sketch. It's the willingness and confidence to push proportions. This might be a random comparison, but you remind me of Beyonce. Really, she's done so many music styles. Your art reminds me of that. Yo, bro, I like that you just said this thing, because I was meditating, like, recently, and I was thinking to myself that, you know what, Michael Jackson and Beyonce, this is the reason why these people are so great, because they kept reinventing themselves. Like, I mean, let's look at Michael Jackson, for example. He started with Off the Wall. I think that was his first album, before he got to Thriller and Bad and all this. And you see that for every album, he had like different persona. He just kept reinventing himself. I think that's what I was trying to say about being a great artist. When you have a style, it becomes a crutch. The greatest artist, Michael Jackson for me is the greatest artist that ever lived. And so, of course, greatest entertainer that ever lived. Maybe not the greatest artist, but greatest entertainer. But what I learned from Michael Jackson is that he kept reinventing himself, and every album was different. Like, he pushed himself, and that's what Beyonce does as well. So when you said this thing, I totally understand what you're saying. So yeah, I'm very, very conscious about the message rather than the style, and that's what I see when I look at people like Beyonce and Michael Jackson. Okay, so I'm going to color this one, Oziani. Thank you for the demonstration. Oh, okay. I find it difficult finding the right colors when it's reacting to different color light sources. That's why I asked. Okay, so I'm going to do something, Oziani. I'm going to make sure that I stop the slides, like the picture slides. I'm going to narrow it down to only one picture, because that's the one picture I'm using, so that you see how I'm actually using the reference, finding the colors. Let me get the right picture. Yes. Okay. So this is the one picture. This is the one picture that I'm using right now. So I'm going to do a demo of this one, so you see how I paint. So there's no layers. You can see this is just two layers. This is line art. I'm going to name them. I usually just say CA or color art, but I'm going to name it color art. So you see this is line art and this is color art, just one layer. So now I'm going to color on this layer, just one single layer. So I'm going to find one of MJ's songs, Mix Black or White, had so many. One of MJ's songs, Mix Black or White, had so many intricate things in it that made his music so interesting. Yes, I mean, what does it say that anytime I go to market and see one baba or mama with funny head or nose, I immediately think, I wonder how someone would draw this. Yes, bro, that's exactly what I do. Like, every time I see people with very interesting features, I always take a picture and save that on my Pinterest for studies like this kind of study I'm doing now. Yeah, so always look out for people with weird faces, like strange faces, so that you can use that, because that's really what character design is. Like, characters have unique shapes that differentiate them from each other, So there's another artist I followed who uses crayons. He uses any colors he wants, like blue, greens, browns on a person. Even in makeup industry, they use cool tones, yellow, pink. Yeah, you're free to use any color you want. But this demo, I want to use the actual colors on the screen. Like I want to show Oziani how I do this thing. So now I'm just trying to find the right color. Let me make this thing larger so you can see. So I use my eye to gauge the colors. Like I don't use what do you call it, color picker tool. Like I just look at the colors and use that color straight up. So now I'm seeing a lot of orange, like really saturated orange at the top of our head, this top part of our head. So, and it looks like it goes all the way around. So I'm just going to follow that idea around like that. Of course, you know, it changes, like the hue shifts. So as you get to the side of our face, it becomes more red. So I can move. So I'm moving both. If I move around this circle, that's hue, I'm changing the hues. But if I move within this triangle, I'm adjusting the value and saturation. If I move towards the right, I'm adjusting saturation. If I move downwards, I'm adjusting value. So all I'm looking at is, I'm looking at the subject and I'm adjusting. So anywhere that feels more red, I'm actually moving the saturation. I'm moving around this circle. So if I move towards the left, as this part, I'm leaning more towards reds. And if I go this way, I'm leaning more towards orange. So I'm somewhere here, and then because I'm seeing reds, I'm leaning more towards the red hues. And that's how I find the right tone for the edge of our face here. So now I'm going around at different points and picking the right colors. I know this looks hard, but trust me, this is how you train your eyes to see. There's no, like, if you try to use the shortcuts of let me use the color picker tool, it doesn't help. It doesn't help. So this is my approach. And so that's that color there. So now I'm going down towards her face, her chin, her cheeks, sorry. There's 5 people watching. Guys, please like the stream. Oh, thank you. Yeah, Deji, please like, Deji just said that. Please like the stream if you're watching. I really appreciate it. I know undertones can work in if you're using layers and help with shading, but usually just color reference can help for exact colors for lighting, which is great. So the layer thing, color picker tends to always be less vibrant. Well, I don't know if color pickers are less vibrant, but the thing about color pickers is that it doesn't help you. Like, you need to be able to use your eyes to look at colors and train your eye. The layer technique is, so the layering technique, because I used to paint, I used to do traditional painting. I started with traditional painting, oil on canvas, acrylics and all. And the layering technique works well with traditional medium. It also works with, you know, digital medium. But I think the whole idea of layering came from the traditional. So most of the things that we adopt in traditional, we got inspiration from the tradition. So most of the things we do in digital arts, we actually got inspiration from traditional. So if you really want to learn how to use the layering technique, I advise that you actually watch a real painter at work, like an oil painter or acrylic painter or something. So now I'm working out the edge of her face, and you can see that I'm just looking at, okay, where are the similar hues? So I'm seeing this side of her face is similar to the left and the right side have similar hues, right, like that. So once I do all this, I can now go in and start to move, and all those slight shifts in colors and tones, start to add them like that. A slight shift here, a slight shift here. But this color is not as saturated, it should be less saturated, like this. And then we're working our way up towards the highlights. So these sides are really bright. There's a bit of yellow here. So yeah, this looks like a lot of work, but if you do this over and over again, you figure it out. It's much more fun to paint this way because you're actually seeing all the colors, like everything is interacting in real time. Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to mention, maybe this would be a good place to say this, that I actually have a course on Gumroad that I released last year. So if you guys have not seen it, please check it out. I'm going to find the link and share it here so you can check it out. If you can afford it, it's not so expensive. Let me get the link, sorry. Yeah. So this is it. My course is on Gumroad. All right, so back to what I was saying. So I'm just selecting, I'm not selecting any colors. I'm actually using my eyes to gauge everything. I know where the saturated parts, I know where the desaturated parts are. In terms of value, I know where everything is. I'm just moving around. This part of our forehead is supposed to be a bit saturated but bright here. So that's that. And then it gets darker behind gets darker like that. I know it looks messy, but don't worry, we're actually building. This thing is, you actually have to be patient to build it up. Or when you're done and everything comes together, it looks very beautiful. But for now, it looks rough, so don't worry. If I press U in the search bar, your Gumroad pops up. Oh wow, I didn't know that. So this is it. Now the very top, this part of a person's head tends to be bright. So I'm going to show you the part. When you paint over time, you start to notice like the parts of the face that gets dark and gets bright. You know where all the highlights. So these kind of studies are very good to understand the figures very well, to understand the human figure very well. Again, notice I'm not trying to do a pretty painting. I'm just doing I'm keeping it very, very simple and rough. The most important thing is for people to be able to identify, the subject, like what you are trying to achieve. It's not really to make it photorealistic. That's not the idea, at least for me. I'm not trying to make it realistic. Now her lips. I'm going to work on the lips now. There's some red here. I feel some redness here. Now I'm going to work on her lips. This is like really, really red. Okay, it should be more red than this. Okay. Yeah. Okay, then there's something happening here with the glasses. The frame of the glass is pushing against her skin. It's creating like an indentation here. So yeah, at this point I'm just refining some of these edges. Again, like I said, this is not supposed to be photorealistic, so don't try to achieve photorealism. Just get a feel of the subject. So I don't know if Oziani, I don't know if you're still here and if you were able to pick some things from what I'm doing. I hope I was able to help out. Then another thing too that I usually do is, so if you look at this color and this color, so as I select them, you see that they're actually shifting on the color wheel. So if you look, you see it's actually shifting. So one thing I usually do sometimes if I want to smoothen out this hard edge is that I just select these two and then I find the midpoint between them. So the moment I apply that, it just kind of smoothens out those edges. So that's one technique that I use. I don't know if you grab that. Let me know if you caught what I was trying to say. This is not painting, it's sculpting with color. Yes, that's how I like to. Yes, you're right. This is how I like to do that. I like the idea of sculpting the colors out, using the colors to determine the contour of the form. Oh, you're still there. Nice. This is very helpful. Thank you for doing. Yes. I just wanted to help out to see if I'm able to show a thing or two about my approach. So just adding a little bit of final like touches here and there. This is like ambient occlusion shadow here at different parts of her face. Oh, I haven't even done her neck. I'll still do that though. Maybe I should work on that now. And let me work on her eyeballs. So yeah, one more thing. So when you're doing the eyeballs, try to avoid using white, like pure white. It's supposed to be like gray, reddish gray or something. Most people's eyeballs are not like pure whites, unless you're a child. And even children too, their eyeballs, they have their eyeballs are usually very white, but they have like it's not pure white. So okay, so let's work on her chest, on her neck and her chest, her outfit. Okay, no, her earrings first. So this earring looks like it has some yellowish color. have some yellowish color there. Yeah, so I'm going to leave that one at that. And then we'll move on to, you see how I'm keeping things really simple. Like, I could have gone in depth and okay, let me like actually render all this stuff out, but it's not really necessary. Sometimes just, I mean, for me, I like impressionism a lot. The feeling of something as opposed to the actual thing, so that at least you give the eyes some work to do. So instead of just making everything like literally accurate, I'm trying to use some impressionism. So her neck is very red, like it's very warm. So there's red tones here. Should be more red than this anyway. So yes, something like this. And there's some ambient occlusion, which is darker here. And then it fades. If I want to soften this thing, I'll just find the midpoint between these two. I'll soften the edge like that. And there's some yellowish. There's some yellowish edges like this. And then at the edges it still gets, so if it's possible, don't even use your picker tool at all. Like if it's possible, try not to use it at all. Isn't this even Sowani Mutali? I don't even know who the person is, bro. Like, it's probably, I don't know. I actually don't know who the person is. Like, I just find pictures online. If it's interesting, I save it and study. Okay, so then there's a lot of yellowish orange here. Actually, it's more reddish. Let me see. It's more red. Yeah, something like this. And then the edges. And there's like a platform or a bending away from the lights. It's not very obvious, but it's here. So I'm thinking about the form as well as the color. So I know this space is bending away from the light, so, and that's where her clavicle sits. So it's here. And then here it tends to get more yellow. Yes, getting more yellow. Do you see that? It's crazy how you make it look so good with just a simple sketch too. You spend more time on the painting and the sketch. How do I build the confidence to move on from my sketch quickly? I've seen her picture before. I think she's Zambian. Bro, I actually, funny enough, I think I saw this picture on LinkedIn. Like, bro, I'm weird like that. I'm sorry. If I just see a picture that I like, I just take a screenshot and save it on Pinterest. Hopefully, the person doesn't get offended. Yeah. So you said, how do I build the confidence to move on from my sketch quickly? To be honest, like, there's no, man. I wish I could tell you like this is the secret or anything, but this thing just comes from with practice. The more you draw, the more you get more. I mean, I was saying something before. I don't know if you were on the call at the time. I was, having this chat with Deji, and I was saying that I had a problem. I had a challenge. I'm currently experiencing something funny where I lost my drawing skills. Like, I lost my hand a little bit. Like, my hand has gotten a bit rusty because I spent the last 2 months storyboarding, and even though I was actually drawing while storyboarding, I found that when I got back to figure drawing, it was not looking as good as last time I left it. So yeah, it happens. It happens to the best of us. So I just said that to say that this thing is real practice. Like, and you will know when your work is good. Like, you will know when you are hitting something. You will know when you are on the precipice of breaking out with something or advancing your line work. So when it starts to get bad, you feel it. You can feel it. She's on LinkedIn. She's an artist. Oh wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know she's an artist. Yeah. So yeah, when your drawing skill starts to atrophy, you feel it. You can actually feel it. So yeah, I felt it, and I'm actually still going through it at the moment as I'm speaking to you. So yeah, everybody goes through it. Like, there's really no shortcut. I wish there was a shortcut. I mean, okay, I think AI is a shortcut actually, but I'm not a fan of AI, not because it's a bad technology. I think the problem I just have with it is that it makes people brain dead. Like, people are no longer thinking anymore. They are outsourcing their thinking to a machine. So, and I also want to experience it. Like, I mean, I spent all these years practicing to get good at something. So why should I just throw all of that away because of the promise of the click of a button, creating art at the click of a button? Like, I don't think that's what made me become an artist. What made me consider art is like, man, I can do that. Like, what made me excited about being an artist is to be able to create like anything I can imagine. And AI is like a false promise for me. So yeah, it doesn't make me feel like an artist to just click a button. Yeah. So yeah, there's no shortcut, man. If you really want to improve, you have to put in the work. Like, yeah, you have to show up every day, like, practice every day. And it doesn't have to be 5 hours, it can just be 30 minutes, 1 hour, but you're showing up regularly every day. And make sure you're looking at people that are really good, like people that you want to be like, because yeah, that also helps too. If you're looking at the right people, if you are modeling after the right people, then you see improvements. That's for line work. If I may give my 2 cents, knowledge is power, and the 2 things I've felt over the years that gives me confidence to push beyond my knowledge is story and anatomy. Nice. Yeah, story and anatomy. So what I was even hoping to do today and in the week to come is to develop these characters further. Like, let me do head turns. Like, I would like to do head turns on these guys. Like this lady now, I can decide to do like a head turn. What would her head look like if we were looking at her from the side or from the top or from another angle? Like, yeah, that's what I'm hoping to do. I can't do that today again because time is fast spent, but hopefully in the weeks to come I'll explore further and see some of these character heads. How do I move them in space? Who are the artists that inspire you the most? Man, see, I actually have a laundry list. I used to have a laundry list. I don't anymore, because the more you get good at something, you start to refine your taste. Like, your taste becomes more acquired, for lack of a better word. So now, man, to be honest, like, the people that I look up to may not even be artists. Like, I look up to filmmakers. You know, Michael Jackson too is one of the people I look up to. Now it's just much more broad. Before, I used to look up to the likes of Shiun Kim, Amy Thompson, let me see, Alonso Iglesias, Jesus Alonso Iglesias, Boya, I don't know if it's Boja or Boya Montoro. His name is pronounced Boja Montoro. There are probably some that. Yeah, I like Robert Valley. Robert Valley is really good. Like, yeah, these are. So I'm calling these people not because I want to be like them per se, but because I like how they have. I like the quality of work they put out. You know. So, like I said, it's a very long list, and now it's much broader. It's not even. It goes beyond art now into film, into writing, because I also write as well. So yeah, it's a very long list. But yeah, those are some of the artists in character design that I used to look up to, and I still respect them. Like, I still respect them a lot. If there's one thing I've learned from Uzoma as a 3D artist, is just be willing to go further than you thought you could go. You may trip and fall, but at least you took it. Yes, you took a step. Yes. Thank you so much for saying that, Deji. Like, I really attempt to push myself all the time. Like, I don't settle for anything at all. Like, I'm very, very ambitious. People that know me, well, many people don't know me. Many people just look at me from the outside, but they don't really know me. I think the people that really know me, they know that I'm very, very ambitious. One guy, a friend of mine, said that I remind him of Kanye West. You know, and it's just weird. Like, he was saying this thing, and I was like, oh, now that you say this, I actually see what you mean. Because I tend to have that Kanye West crazy type of, not crazy like Kanye West, like, oh, doing all the crazy things, but crazy in the way I think. Like, you know, I'm not afraid to be ambitious, to take anything I want, or to go after anything that I want, you know. So yeah, but all of that comes from being very critical of myself. I am very, 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 very critical of myself, and I think every artist has to be their own best critic. I think that's something that Michael Jackson has, or had. Yeah, Michael Jackson they call him a perfectionist. You know, there's a way to look at it that, you know, when you hear people say someone's a perfectionist, there's a way to look at it like, oh yeah, this person just wants to do the absolute best thing that nobody else has ever seen. But another way to look at it could be that in their mind, they know they can actually do better, and they're actually critiquing themselves and trying to move the envelope and push themselves further all the time. Like, I have a personal motto, which is creativity and excellence per opportunity. I'm always trying to push the next thing I do. I make sure it's better than the previous thing. So I think if you have that if every artist had that, it would be, we would understand that, yeah, we're not really competing with others, we're competing with ourselves. You know, we are our best rivals, you know. So as long as you're in competition with yourself, you know you're going to give your absolute best. So yeah, yeah, you're right, Deji. That's how I see it. Be your best critic. All right, so this is everything. I don't know if Oziani is still here, but yeah, this is where I'm going to hop up. Have a great stream. I'm off. Oh, sorry, I didn't know when Beauty jumped off. Said have a great stream. I'm off to bed. I'll check through your Insta later. Oh, thanks for joining, Beauty. Honestly, bro, I spent years doing the same thing and staying comfortable. When I just said F it and jumped, doors just started opening. Yo, I love that you said that, man. I love that you said that, Deji. That's quantum leap right there, man. Quantum leap, that's it. Oh, thank you, Oziani. You're still here. Yeah, Oziani, I think I'm done. I'm done with this. So, yeah, but thank you for challenging me to do this on this stream. I mean, I try to do this every stream, but yeah, I don't color on every single stream, but I'm glad I was able to do this for you to see. Yeah, quantum leap, man. And try to join the live more. Yeah, please do if you can. I do this same time every Friday. Every Friday, same time. So I don't know where you are in the world, but it's usually 12 p.m. EST, 9 a.m. PST, and 5 p.m. West African time. Yeah, thank you so much, Deji. So yeah, that thing you said, man, quantum leap. That's quantum leap, man. I agree with you 1000%. I've also experienced, and you know, it's funny. It's funny because it's actually a science. There's a science to that thing. There's a science to it. I know. I mean, I'm a Christian, you know. But what I also believe is that these things are principles that God actually made. You know, some people say it's the universe. Some people call it different things, but I see it as a scientific principle that God made. If you do not move, many things do not open. Like it's actually strange, but it's real. You have to take that step. Once you take that step, it's actually going to, things actually work out. Yes, here's to breaking boundaries. Cheers, man, cheers. I'm happy that you're making progress, bro. So, at this point, I'm going to jump off. This was fun. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. If there are no questions, I'll see you next week, same time. Have a great weekend. Have a great weekend. And cheers. Cheers to the freaking weekend. Yeah. All right. See you next week.